Good morning. It's Sunday, May 3rd, 2020. I'm Amy Wyrick, and I'm here to talk to you children about today's gospel lesson. But before we get to that, I got to tell you, I've been studying up on sheep this week. I've been reading a lot about sheep. I thought I knew everything there was to know about sheep, but I didn't. And so I want to tell you some of the things that I've learned about precious little sheep, okay? Now, when you ask your parents to print this picture for you, okay? And I'm going to talk about it in a little bit later, but I want you guys to print a copy of this picture if you can and color it in, and then we'll talk later about what I want you to do with it. But did you know that we use sheep for their fur and we eat their meat, right? And being a shepherd, you guys have heard about a shepherd. Sometimes we hear Jesus refer to himself as the good shepherd. Shepherd, that's a job for many, many people in the world, and it's still a job today. And the job of a shepherd, look at this guy. He's a real live shepherd. And his job is to get those thousands of sheep to go somewhere, right? He can't just throw them in a van and take them somewhere. He can't throw them in the back of a big truck. He has to get them from one pasture to another pasture. And the only way to do that is to walk and to get them to follow his lead, all right? So you see he's behind them. And they're going in front of him. They're doing what he's telling them to do. They know his voice, and they listen to what he's telling them to do. And that's his job every day, is to move these thousands of sheep from one pasture to another, because they eat on the pasture, and then they eat all the grass, and they got to go find another pasture, okay? Here's another picture of a shepherd in England getting the sheep where he needs them to go, you see? So being a shepherd is a very important job. It's a hard job. You live outside in some situations. You live out in the snow. You live outside when it's raining and when it's cold. And you're out there when it's beautiful as well. Sometimes you'll hear people say that sheep are not very smart, but that's not true. Sheep are pretty smart. They are actually able to walk when they're born, which I didn't know. But the minute they're born, they shake themselves off and they get up on their little wobbly legs and they're able to walk. But the job of the shepherd is to protect the sheep, to keep wolves and mountain lions from getting them. It's also his job to make sure that they get fed, right? They can't order pizza. They can't pick up curbside. It's the shepherd's job to make sure that he finds a place for them to eat and that they get water and that they stay safe and that they have a place to sleep at night. Now you're sitting there wondering, Miss Amy, what in the world does this have to do with Jesus? What does this have to do with the gospel? All right, well, listen, okay? Hang on, gotta put my glasses on. This is John 10, verses 1 through 10. Glory to you, O Lord. Remember the words of Jesus in our mind, coming out of our mouths and living in our hearts. Amen, amen. I say to you, whoever does not enter a sheepfold, remember that word, okay, through the gate, but climbs over is a thief and a robber. But whoever comes in through the gate is the shepherd of those sheep. The gatekeeper opens the gate, and the sheep hear his voice. The shepherd calls the sheep by their name, and they follow him. When he has driven out all his own, he walks ahead of them. So when the shepherd has gotten all the sheep out of the sheepfold, I'm going to show you a picture of a sheepfold in a minute. When the shepherd's gotten them all out, he walks ahead of them, and the sheep follow him because they recognize his voice. But they will not follow a stranger. They're going to run away from a stranger, because they don't know his voice. They don't recognize the voice of the stranger. So Jesus is telling this to the Pharisees, and the Pharisees are going, what? What is he talking about? Why is he talking to us about sheep and shepherds and sheepfolds? So Jesus said, oh, you Pharisees, let me try this again. Amen, amen. I say to you, I am the gate for the sheep. All who came before me were the thieves and the robbers. The sheep did not listen to the thieves and the robbers, right? Because the sheep knew, I am the gate. The sheep knew to wait for Jesus. Whoever enters the sheepfold through me will be saved and will come in and go out and find pasture. Whoever follows my voice will be able to find pasture. A thief comes only to steal the sheep and to kill them and destroy them. I came so that they might have life and have it more abundantly. Remember, I told you that this shepherd is taking these sheep to another pasture so they can eat, right? If he didn't do that, they would starve. They wouldn't be able to find their own food and survive. So what's a sheepfold? Look at this. You see that? See those sheep in that cage, that box? That box is made out of rocks, and every day at the end of the day, a shepherd will guide the sheep into that safe pen, and they're going to sleep there. And then the next morning, those sheep won't get up and walk out of there until the shepherd, you see him? It's Jesus. Until that shepherd says, come on guys, let's go find another pasture. Follow me so that you can live. So the sheep are really us, right? And if we listen to Jesus' voice and we follow him, we will have life. Pretty neat, huh? Okay, now, do you know that the word sheep is mentioned over 500 times in the Bible? That's how important this message is to Jesus, and that's how much he wants to stress that he is the shepherd and we are the sheep, and we have to listen to his voice always, right? And if we follow him out of the sheepfold every day and follow him where he leads us, we'll have abundant life. But if we leave the pack and if we go off on our own and we lose the shepherd, that's not good. We got to listen to Jesus and follow Jesus. So I told you guys about this picture, right? Have your mom, dad, have somebody print it for you, color it, give it a name, I don't care. This is your sheep for the day, and I want you to pretend you are a shepherd. Everywhere you go today, I want you to take this with you. Everywhere you go. If you get up and go to the bathroom, take this with you. If you're watching TV, take it with you. If you're eating, take it with you if it's okay with your mom and dad, okay? But pretend you're a shepherd, because that's what shepherds do. They never let their sheep out of their sight. They make sure all the time that they have all of the sheep that they're supposed to have so that they can protect them from the predators, the mountain lions and the wolves. So every shepherd's job is to make sure that the sheep are accounted for and safe every day. So see if you can do it. See if you can keep up with that little sheep all day today and keep it safe. I hope you guys are doing well. I'll make sure I've told you everything that I wanted to tell you about precious little sheep and what I learned getting ready for this lesson for you guys. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're staying safe and staying healthy. Remember, wash your hands a lot, right? Say 2 Hail Marys when you do it. Be safe, be healthy, and I love you. Have a great day and have a great week. Bye-bye.